So Glenn Beck made this radio broadcast that I will link to below, where a caller calls in very upset because he said that these bullies from this bus incident were dead inside. Which isn't the worst thing you could possibly say. I could think of 10 worse things to say off the top of my head, but the issue is that this guy calls in very upset and says that you can't say things like that on the air because that's going to hurt these children. That by saying things like that, it's going to attract negative attention toward these children, and they're going to have to suffer for it, their families are going to have to suffer for it, which is true. And, you know, the issue here then becomes, do they deserve it? Is it right to fight fire with fire? Do you battle evil with evil? And I believe you do. I believe that is the only option you have. Compassion, remorse, and mercy are not options. They are lies. They are lies bestowed upon us by the elite to keep us with our hands tied behind our backs. And the thing that Glenn Beck doesn't understand is his very religion is one of such lies. His religion tells him how to act a certain way, how to think a certain way, and to believe certain lies that can't possibly be true in order to bind him, in order to capture him, in order to restrain him, restrain his thoughts, restrain his actions, to the point of where he is not a threat. Throughout evolution, we have gained different abilities to survive. Some animals got venomous stingers, some got fangs, some got speed to run away. Humankind evolved to have a brain. And with the brain came limitless potential to do both harm and good. And a couple of people with the brain figured out immediately that if other people were able to use their brains as well, then they would not be able to rape, pillage, eat all the food, and basically do whatever they wanted. That's what it comes down to. The elite are just smart cavemen. They're smart cavemen that understand that they don't get to rape whatever women they want to, eat whatever they want to, and live wherever they want to, so long as other cavemen are just as smart as they are. So, what they do is they purposely make us all dumb. That's why the education system is broken. That's why the healthcare system is broken. That's why everything is broken. That's why morality itself is broken. And you're not going to fix it by running towards some religion. You're not going to fix it by becoming born again. You're not going to fix it by trying to cling to some 1950s Americana apple pie dream. It's not going to happen. Those are just constructs of the elite. They made those and they failed. They're useless. They're obsolete. They've discarded them for new morality tropes. That's it. It's just like a computer. Glenn Beck is arguing that because the newfangled 2.0 version of the smart caveman's morality that keeps us all binded is bad, that we should go back to the 1.5 Windows 98 version. No, it's still by Windows. It's still construction of the corporate elite. It doesn't matter what model you take. Doesn't matter if it's on fucking dial-up or broadband. It doesn't matter how much gigabytes it has or its processing power. It's still a product of them. And whether or not there are some kinks they've fixed along the way and made it the control even more improved is moot. It's not the point. The point is that it's always been about control, and you have to realize that, and you have to escape the confining aura that is religion, and that is moral obligation, and that is society's expectations. And that's very hard to do. I'm not going to lie. You're not going to wake up one day and just be like, everything is a lie. My entire life is a lie. Everything I've ever felt, dreamed, or wanted is a lie. You're not going to be able to accept that right away. And some people can never accept that. Some people will break down and kill themselves before they accept that. But that's the truth. The truth is, everything you are is only there because someone put it there. Someone made you that way. You are not your own person. If you were your own person, you certainly wouldn't just be going to work and doing your normal thing, touting the normal lines of right and wrong and right and left and this and that, up and down. No. You would be an oddball. And not an oddball in the pre-constructed sense of painting your face black and white like a fucking goth kid, or, you know, smoking some pot, ooh, you're so rebellious. No, you would actually stand out, and people would attack you for it. People will reject you. People will want to fucking kill you because of your differences. That's why I deal with the bullshit that I do. That's why kids get bullied. Because at a very early age, their conditioning is so deep that automatically they just start gnawing on each other's heels over the slightest little difference. And it takes years of that schooling and training to teach them, no, you don't discriminate against people just because they're fat, stupid, gay, black, handicapped, whatever. You have to discriminate against people that go against the woodwork of our conditioning. And they're babies. They're not going to know that. Even 15-year-olds are still babies when it comes to their conditioning process. And so that's why they're so vicious and mean. That's why we have bullies. Because bullies are just untrained vermin to the elite. It's going to take them years to understand that they don't just hate somebody, they have to hate somebody that is specifically against the woodwork of the elite's programming. And when those bullies get older, they're going to become productive members of society, which in turn makes them even more evil. Because they're going to be the police officers ripping the ribs out of, protesters. They're going to become the soldiers killing innocent brown people in foreign countries. They're going to become the businessmen that look down upon the workers while they make exorbitant amounts of money. They're going to become middle management that is bitter at the world and treats their employees like shit, even though they don't make all that much themselves, but hey, they're middle management. They're going to become everything and more that only empowers the evil. And, you're worried about the bullies. The bullies is just a symptom. The bullies is just the beginning of what will be a long series of wickedness. And so that's why I don't worry about the bullies too much. That's why I don't talk about cyberbullying too much. That's why I don't talk about school bullying too much. Because it's besides the point. The point here is that we know what those kids are going to grow up into. Whether or not they feel bad about what they did. They don't feel bad about it anyway. But the fact is, they're going to grow up to be just like everybody else. And that's the problem. The problem is, everybody else is shit. So are you really surprised that your kids are shit? That your kids are so weak and docile that if someone picks on them, they hang themselves with a belt? Are you so surprised that your kids are so vicious and malevolent and just pure psychopaths that they gotta bother some poor child and, just constantly rag on them and constantly harass them and have nothing better to do than bring other people down? Are you fucking surprised that all your kids are a goddamn disappointment and they're lazy and stupid and have no skills and don't know what to do with their life and have no moral direction? Are you really surprised? 'Cause look in the fucking mirror. You have no morality. You have never once thought about whether or not this is good or evil. You have let other people decide for you, whether it be your politicians, your businessmen, or your God. So don't fucking tell me about the children. The children are just you. The children are just younger forms of you that have not yet perfected their evil, and they're still in that primal stage. But don't worry, they'll get there. And when they get there, it gets worse. So, that's it.